Welcome back to BBN Tonight. Luke Fortner has been on the UK football team for maybe a decade or so at this point, right?
Yeah, maybe so. But the sixth-year senior is still learning, especially since it's his first year playing center for the Wildcats. He talks with Curtis Birch from the UK Sports Network on the Behind Kentucky Football podcast.
Now joined on Behind Kentucky Football by Kentucky center Luke Fortner.
Yes, sir.
How is that transition? Obviously, has been going on for a while now. Are you fully acclimated, you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think I've watched Drake do it for a long time, and I've been taking reps there through my whole career. You know, Coach Schlarman always had me taking snaps, and so it was a pretty easy switch, pretty natural move, and I've got some great offensive line around me, so it's pretty good.
What is, outside of course of snapping the ball, but besides that, what is the biggest difference moving over one spot from the guard?
Yeah, I'd say just being in command of the offensive line and the huddle, and having to step up and take that role and make those calls. And, you know, a lot of times it comes down to what you say, and you can say the right thing or the wrong thing. And at guard, it was easy. I just listened to whatever Drake told me to do and did it. So moving over, there's just some more responsibility to take on, and I feel like I'm ready for that.
The offensive line that you mentioned surround you helps a lot with a lot of talent. What are you seeing from, you know, guys like Kenneth, who's stepping up into a bigger role as a leader and, you know, on the field as well? We'll go inside out, I guess, is guard spot. How are those guys adjusting now to some more prominent roles, obviously, this season?
Yeah, I really like where we're at with the guard spot. We have obviously the two guys who are running with the ones right now, Kenneth and Eli Cox. Kenneth has stepped up tremendously in terms of that leadership position and taking on more of a leadership role, as well as improving himself physically. Eli, on the other hand, has made a tremendous change to his body in the offseason. And a guy who last year, if you would have told me he was going to be, you know, the starting right guard, I don't think I would have believed you. So credit to him and what he's done with his body. It's been incredible. And the backup guards are, you know, right there with him. I mean, Austin Dotson and Quentin Wilson are two of some of the best players we have. And it just so happens they're not in the front right now, but they easily could be. You look at a guy like Jagger Burton coming a long way. He's going to be a great player here someday. Don't tell him I said that.
We won't tag him. The tackles. That's something that position group is kind of interesting, because you got a guy in Darian Kennard who, as soon as he announced he was coming back for his senior season, everybody knew he was going to be tremendous. And then you got the late addition of Dare Rosenthal. How is that playing out for the offensive line?
It's playing out really well, I'd say. Those are some two extremely talented guys, extremely smart guys who've played tackle for a long time, really understand the position and what, you know, you're called upon to do. And I'm excited to see how they play this year. I think they're going to have a really good season.
Will Levis, name starter. How have you guys, the center quarterback relationship is so important. How have you guys bonded this camp so far?
Yeah, we've bonded really well. You know, on a couple of visits, we met each other, we've hung out, and we're here every day together. And, you know, it's hard not to bond with people when you're stuck in this facility. So it's been really good. He's a great guy, and, you know, we're pretty close now.
Yeah, describe him on the field that makes him successful, his attributes.
Yeah, I think what's successful about him is the way he commands the huddle, and, you know, the way he accepts responsibility. He knows everything that everyone's doing at all times, right? He can change the protection. He can change the routes. If you have a question, you just ask him, right? He knows it all, and I think that's really important.
Under center snaps, obviously all that'll be new in-game for you this year. But for him, he's mentioned how that'll be new for him as well. He hasn't taken a ton of those. How do you, I mean, is it just reps? How are you getting better at those?
So many reps. So many times his hands between the legs. I mean, that's the secret. It really is. Yeah, we've been working on it after practice every day, before practice every day. So just the more and more reps you can get, the better and better it becomes. We've come a long way already from last spring and the start of camp.
Now, be honest, with some of the freshmen coming in, you mentioned Jagger earlier, so maybe somebody like him, is there something that he's talking about that you just have no idea what's going on? Do you have any of those old man moments with those freshmen that are coming in?
Yeah, I've got a couple, mostly TikTok. Don't have a TikTok. You know, everyone's been posting the Will Levis TikToks, and we've taken all the bananas out of the facility. They're just all gone. No, I'm kidding. We've just, you know, kept an eye on them. I don't have a TikTok, so they always reference TikToks, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then also I figured out that the new freshman Jagger, David Wallabaugh, Paul Rodriguez, those guys, they were going into 6th or 7th grade when I started college. So my first summer here, they were, you know, taking 6th grade math or whatever. That's absolutely wild to me.
And there you go. That's how long he's been in school.
I'm speechless. That's
Great
wild.
stuff as always from Curtis. Remember, you can find the Behind Kentucky Football podcast wherever you get your podcast. What we show you here, just a small part of those conversations, so make sure you go check out the rest of the episode with Luke. Coming up next on BBN Tonight, we're taking you down memory lane.
A couple of longtime Kentucky football fans reminisce on their favorite moment in Kroger Field, and we're pretty sure you all will remember this game. We'll be right back.